Have you ever wondered how you can turn $7,500 into $28,000 using a simple Google Ads strategy? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how we managed to achieve this for one of our clients with a Performance Max campaign. And I'm going to walk you through every step so you can do the same for your store. All right, before we jump in, just real quick, if you have any questions while watching this, please drop them in the comments below. I personally answer every question. I'm happy to help out and want to make sure that you guys actually understand what I'm saying, or if there's something unclear, I want to make sure I clarify everything. Hi, I'm Henry, and I run a digital marketing agency that specializes in scaling e-commerce brands with straightforward, results-driven strategies. Over the years, we've helped stores go from 0 to 6 and even 7 figures using Google Ads. And one of the most effective campaigns across the board has been the Performance Max campaign. Before we dive deep into the setup, let's just quickly cover what Performance Max is. If you're unfamiliar, it's a type of campaign that lets Google optimize across multiple networks. The upgrade of the old smart shopping campaign, and it still has that shopping element to it, and it's a big element of it, but it also targets search, display, YouTube, Gmail, Discover, all these networks all in one campaign. And it really optimizes for performance. So if you want to optimize it for ROAS or for conversions, taps into all the different networks that Google has to get you the best results. The real beauty of a Performance Max campaign is that it uses Google's machine learning to find where your ads will perform the best, and it automatically adjusts everything, placements, bids, to get you the best return on your ad spend. It's like having an all-in-one ad team working behind the scenes to drive your sales, essentially. Now, let's quickly jump into this ad account. I want to show you the results we got for this client. We ran this Performance Max campaign for one of our clients where we spent $7,500 and generated over $28,000 in revenue. That's a 3.78 ROAS. So for every $1 we spent, we almost got $4 back. And here's the kicker. This was a basic setup. There was no crazy complicated strategies. So yeah, if you're running an e-commerce store, you can absolutely replicate this. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Quickly, I want to mention though, before we jump in order to follow this process, it's kind of a prerequisite that you have everything set up already. By everything, I mean mostly your Google Merchant Center, and you have connected a product feed. Because without a product feed, you can't really run any shopping ads. And yeah, your campaign won't perform well. So yeah, you make sure you have your merchant center set up, you have the Google feed approved, and everything is ready to go. Now, let's jump into it. So first thing, click on the plus button, create your campaign. Then choose to create one without goals guidance. Select Performance Max, and this is where it all starts. Now that you selected creating a campaign without goals guidance, you have full control over the process. That's very important. Now, set your conversion goal. If you're running an e-commerce store, the main goal is probably sales. So make sure your conversion goal is set to purchases. While you can optimize for other things like leads or clicks, right? The focus here is usually on maximizing your revenue. But if you are maybe not an e-commerce store, you are running an agency or some other business and you want to collect leads, the Performance Max campaign can also be a good product for you to try. Now, the bidding strategy. When it comes to the bidding, I usually recommend optimizing for conversion value rather than just conversions. Why? Because it's not just about getting more sales, right? It's getting the biggest bang for your buck. So you can get 3 sales and each of them only purchase $5 on your store, or you can get 1 sale for $100, and I'd rather take the $100 sale. So by focusing on conversion value, Google will prioritize people who are likely to spend more. Target ROAS, if you're just starting out, leave the target field blank. Google needs to gather some data first, and once you got data, then you can then set a target. But in the early stages, you don't really want to limit the Google optimization. Google needs to learn the bid strategy and figure out some stuff before you can set your target and actually it being effective, if that makes sense. Then location and language. Now, this is obviously very individual for each of your stores, wherever you want to advertise, whatever language you want to advertise to. I usually do in the US and English speaking markets, but yeah, adjust this based on what regions you want to target, obviously. And then we come to the ad assets and the product selection. Now, here's where the magic really happens. Your ad assets, select the products you want to advertise, unless you have very different sets of products with very different sets of margins. I like to generally run everything in one campaign to start out with to test. The first campaign you launch is usually a testing campaign. But yeah, you put all your products in here, and then you could put in headlines, descriptions, images, and videos. This is very similar to a search campaign where you put headlines in and descriptions and all this stuff. And the more assets you give Google, the better it can optimize. So put in the max amount of headlines you can, the max amount of descriptions that you can. So I would put in 15 headlines here, whatever, 5 descriptions, however many you can put, and really give it as much assets as you can. And if you're unsure what headlines you should choose, what descriptions you should choose, a basic rule of thumb for me is always focus on features and benefits. So what is it that your business can offer that actually benefits the customer? Why would they want to buy from you, right? Simple things you can always add in the headlines are things like fast shipping across the US. You can add your brand name and what your brand is about. So, for example, Apple, iPhones and technology. Another one could be that you're running a sale. So, winter sale, 40% off, ending soon or something like that. And then again, always features and benefits. So, what are people actually getting when they're buying from your store? Are you selling a toy, right? Find joy and happiness for your children or whatever. Or if you're selling pain relief products, right? You can sell people on live a pain-free life. That could be a headline. So this is the kind of stuff you want to focus on. Obviously, the headlines need to relate to your product or what you're selling. Okay, now audience signals. Next up is the audience signals. So you want to add your audience signals. This gives Google a little bit of guidance on who to target. You can use customer lists if you already have customer data from other campaigns or your store has already made sales. You can upload these lists to Google. For example, people that added to cart already, they already visited your website. They're already interested in what you're trying to sell. And you can put in relevant keywords here as well. So the more you give it, the better it can optimize. It's essentially audience signals. It's like the equivalent, you could say, to somewhat lookalike audiences, basically telling Google, hey, these are the people that already purchased from my store, already added products to their cart. So find similar people to these people. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Then you can go and launch your campaign and let the results come in. Then you go to the next step, which is testing and optimization. So generally, I like to start my campaigns out with a lower testing budget. And if they perform well, you can always increase the budget. I usually start somewhere between $10 to $25 per day. If a client has a bigger budget or they already have data, you can obviously, the more you spend, the faster you can get data, the faster you can optimize. But we don't want to be throwing money out the window here usually. So start slow. And if you feel comfortable, you can always increase your budget. And yeah, so this gives you room to test without risking too much upfront. As you gather data and see what works, you can then gradually increase your spend. Now you want to review your asset performance. Google will show you which assets are performing the best. So you want to keep an eye on this and swap out underperforming headlines, images, or videos to improve your ad performance. Then you want to adjust your bids and goals. As your campaign runs, you can start tightening your targets. So whether that's adjusting your ROAS target or refining your audience signals. So yeah, the next thing you can do to optimize is adjusting your targets, your bidding targets. So maybe now you've spent some money and your campaign is getting sales, but it's not quite at the ROAS target that you're looking for. Maybe it's at break even. Then maybe you want to try putting in a ROAS target now. And then also constantly refining and adding to your audience signals. You will find that certain keywords perform good for your search campaigns or for other campaigns. You want to add these to the audience signals. And also, if you have more customer data, always add that to the audience signals. I'd be curious to know, what is your biggest challenge with Performance Max campaigns? Please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to help. Okay, and then the last thing I'd say you can do to optimize your campaign is removing bad products. So if you tested out 50 products, for example, you can go into your campaign and see which products have been spending the most money, just like a shopping campaign. And if they're spending money not getting sales, you probably want to exclude them. And vice versa, if you have products that haven't spent much, but they are getting good amount of sales, you probably want to try to push more budget towards these products. So this is where you can segment out products, the winning products, the losing products, and you can try to improve your listing, so to say. So the products that aren't working, maybe you want to try different product images, a different title, optimize your feed so that Google can then, you can rank higher in Google and people will actually buy your product, get the click, so to say. And then, yeah, have a winning and a losing campaign, a testing campaign, and you can move the products around just like you would in a shopping campaign. That's all pretty much for optimization. Once you've ran your campaign for a little bit, it's optimized, your campaign is running profitable, then it's time to scale. Here's how we scale these campaigns effectively. Increase your budget gradually. Obviously, you want to increase your budget, but don't just double it overnight. Increase it by 10 to 20% every week to allow Google to adjust and maintain performance. Then you want to expand into new markets. If you've maxed out your budget in one market, start targeting new regions. For example, if you're focusing on the US, try it in Canada, the UK, Australia, if you are able to ship there. Next up, as your campaign stabilizes, you can experiment with removing your targets, your bidding targets, giving Google more freedom to optimize for higher conversion value and actually just spend your money getting new conversions. And the last thing is, in order to scale this campaign higher, is how you would scale Google Ads in general, is by going more horizontal. So broadening the amount of keywords you can target by adding more products to your store, adding more products to your product feed. Here's a quick bonus tip. Split test your ad copy and creative assets regularly. Even if your campaign is already doing well, there's usually always room for improvement. So testing new headlines, images, or videos can help you keep your ads fresh and improve their performance over time. You can do it the same way you would do with search campaigns. You simply duplicate your ad and change out a few things and let them run against each other. And then you can pick the better one and do the same thing again. So yeah, I hope you've tried split testing assets. Let me know in the comment below. Or if you need advice, I'm happy to help. And that's pretty much it. That's the complete setup for running a successful Performance Max campaign. If you follow these steps, you'll be well on your way to getting great results, just like our client did. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel, as I'll be sharing a lot more in-depth Google Ads strategies that hopefully can help you grow your business to new heights. And if you're serious about scaling and optimizing your Google Ads, I'd love to invite you to join my free community. There's a link in the description below. It's a group where we help each other out by sharing tips, new learnings, and sharing motivational success stories. Also, if you want to work with me directly and need a little extra guidance, there's a link. You can book a free strategy call with me. If you want to learn more about Google Ads, you can check out this video where I go into in-depth strategy that we use for this client. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.